guys, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jody, and I love the arts. And on my channel, I mostly talk about books, television, and theater. So if you like any of those things, be sure to stick around because I'm certainly going to be talking about one of those things today. In today's video, I will be doing my June reading wrap-up / spoiler-free book review on the book that I read in June. First, I'll talk a bit on what the book I read is about, then I'll share my thoughts, a few of my favorite quotes, and when my review is over, I will give out my star ratings. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's video. So the book that I ended up reading in June was a book called Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. So Rock, Paper, Scissors centers around the two characters of Amelia and Adam Wright. Amelia and Adam seem as though they are the perfect married couple. When around friends or work colleagues, they seem so in love. Looks can be deceiving though. When home alone, just the two of them, they secretly despise each other and barely even talk to one another on most days anymore. Every year around the holiday season where Amelia works, a raffle takes place where prizes and gifts are given out to those who work there. And this year Amelia wins quite the prize. She wins a weekend away for two to a luxurious boutique hotel in the Scottish Highlands. Amelia sees this prize as a sign. She sees this trip as hopefully a way to repair her marriage. Will this getaway help remind Amelia and Adam why they fell in love in the first place? Will this trip help fix their marital woes? Or will it help them see that maybe their marriage is broken beyond repair and maybe they should just go their separate ways? So that is more or less the overview of what Rock, Paper, Scissors is about. I don't want to say anything more as I am making this a spoiler-free review. So as far as my thoughts go on Rock, Paper, Scissors, I absolutely love this book. It's my first Alice Feeney novel, and after reading a novel of hers, I can now fully say that I get and I understand the hype around Alice Feeney. She's just an amazing writer, an amazing storyteller, and her writing in Rock, Paper, Scissors was, so descriptive, so atmospheric, and it was so, just wonderfully written, and it just reeled you in. The story that she wrote reeled you in where you just wanted to know what was going to happen. And what I really loved about how Rock, Paper, Scissors was written, how Alice Feeney wrote this novel, was it was written very much like a puzzle. And as you would read page by page, chapter by chapter, you would gather more pieces to the puzzle, more clues to the story. And it wasn't until the story was over that the puzzle was complete, and you could see how all the pieces of the story connected to one another. Because as I was reading this, I was like, I could sense that they were connected, but I could not, for the life of me, understand how they were connected until obviously the very end. And just the way she wrote, a story, just like a puzzle, it was just so brilliant, smart, and clever. It's just a great storyteller, great story, great book. And what I also really appreciated about this book was it is a mystery thriller, meaning it takes you on a ride. There's twists and turns that are slowly revealed along the way, page by page, chapter by chapter. But what this mystery thriller had in it that I rarely encounter in many mystery thrillers was it had a lot of topics that deal with life and just the human connection. It dealt with loneliness and abandonment and feeling like you have a connection with someone that you thought would never break. It just dealt with about feeling stuck in your life and wondering how you got to the place that you are at in your life, whether it's you personally or your relationship. And the way Feeney wrote about these things that we all at one point or another deal with in our lives was, I found, just so remarkable, relatable, and just so very well written and done. And yeah, I love the book. And as far as I've read, Rock, Paper, Scissors was my 5th book that I've read this year so far, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every book I've read. Now, that doesn't mean I necessarily find, doesn't necessarily mean I find maybe sentences that I want to remember, and lines and quotes that I want to remember this moment in this book. But Alice Feeney just, she wrote a lot of very profound, deep, thought-provoking, and existential lines in Rock, Paper, Scissors that I'm I want to remember these, and I thought I'd share just a few of my favorites with you. I have many favorites, but I'll just share, like, you know, a few of them. Just to maybe give you a sense of how her writing is, and, you know, maybe a certain feel to the story, if you will. I just have to find them. I'm pretty sure I remember a few of the ones, because the first 2 pages had a lot that I liked. A bit of a pause here, if you will, just so I can, you know, because I don't annotate my books, because I guess I'm just that person that doesn't like writing in the book. So I have to go based on just remembering. Okay, 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 this is on page 2, and here goes. Okay, so my first favorite quote is, "Can a weekend away save a marriage? That's what my husband said when the counselor suggested it. Every time his words replay in my mind, a new list of regrets writes itself inside my head. To have wasted so much of our lives by not really living them makes me feel so sad. We weren't always the people we are now, but our memories of the past can make liars of us all." Just what a line. It's just so good. Just so good. There's a few in the beginning that I really liked. I did say I was going to say 3, but I think I'll just leave it for, you know, one favorite quote for now, because like I said, I don't annotate my books, so I don't underline, you know, my favorite sentences or anything. I just, you know, go based on remembering them. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that one favorite quote. Just, it gives you a sense of, if anything, what the story is like. Just a great line, great quote, great sentence. Great writer. Alice Feeney is a great writer. So if you made it to this portion of my video, thank you so very much for still tuning in, for one. But I will be giving out my star rating now, and it may come as no surprise to hear what my star rating for Rock, Paper, Scissors is, which is 5 stars. Like I said, I love it. I highly recommend this if you like a really good mystery thriller, especially a story that's written like a puzzle, like I said, where you're kind of trying to figure out how all the pieces of the puzzle connect, and at the end you find out. But it's just it's like a really fun mystery thriller, but also very deep, thought-provoking, and existential as well. And I never really read a mystery thriller like done in this style before, and yeah, like I highly recommend it. I can't say enough great things about this book. There's a reason why it's so hyped up, and it's because it's just so good. And lastly, maybe a bit of fun news for those of you who have read this book, or those of you interested in reading it now. This book is going to get a Netflix series adaptation at some point. I don't know when it's going to premiere on Netflix, but it's going to get a television series at some point, and someone who is a producer on The Crown and also on, I believe, the book adaptation of Behind Our Eyes is involved in making this series happen. So those are great shows, so I have high expectations that this will hopefully turn out to be a great adaptation. So I just thought I'd put that out there in case you like book adaptations and, you know, you like to read the book and then watch the adaptation. So just thought I'd put that out there. And let me know in the comments if, you know, oh wait, sorry. Before I go, I did write a spoiler-free book review on Rock, Paper, Scissors on my blog. If you're interested in hearing maybe more of my thoughts on the book, or hearing or seeing what I thought were some more great quotes, you know, because I didn't only say one quote today, but there's a lot of great quotes, and I mentioned all that stuff on my blog. All spoiler free, of course, but I just thought I'd put it out there. And my link to my blog is in the description below. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and if so, how did you like it? Have you read any other Alice Feeney novels? If so, what are your favorites? Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye.